How many of you here today use software, such as antivirus or firewalls on your home computers? Do you think this makes your information safe? What if I told you there was a form of hacking so advanced and so powerful that it would leave all of your software and passwords utterly useless? Today, I'll be talking about a field of hacking known as social engineering, which can generally be described as hacking of the human mind. Every year, companies and individuals pour millions of dollars into hardening their computer systems, failing to realize that their information is weakest when it comes to the human element. I have studied social engineering extensively, both in the classroom as a security risk analysis major with a focus on intelligence analysis and modeling, and also in my spare time through studying the works of famous social engineering masterminds, which is Kevin Mitnick's book, The Art of Deception. Today I will talk about three main topics of social engineering. What is social engineering? Methods used by social engineers in their attacks, and ways of defending against a social engineering attack. First, it is important to define what social engineering is so we can best understand what we are protecting against. Social engineering is defined by the United States Computer Emergency Response Team as the use of human interaction and social skills to obtain and compromise information about an organization or its computer systems. This can generally be described across all individuals. Social engineering entails the manipulation of human emotion, such as fear, compassion, or hubris, to obtain information one should not have access to. This information can be highly confidential, such as was the case in the social engineering attacks on the security contractor RSA in 2011, or when it comes to personal security, such as credit card numbers or social security numbers. Unlike regular computer hacking, social engineering requires little to no technical expertise, but instead relies upon a deep insight into the workings of the human mind. Social engineering is the art of manipulating these human emotions to steal information that can be highly confidential or highly valuable to an individual. Now that we understand what social engineering is, we can now look at what methods are utilized by social engineers. Second, social engineers use techniques that may appear to be subtle, seemingly harmless questions or tasks, but in reality could have devastating results. A common example of a social engineering attack many of you may be familiar with is phishing. Phishing is described as the use of email or malicious websites to solicit user information, posing as a trustworthy organization. These malicious sites and links can then filter this information to social engineer individuals, who will then have access to banking credentials, credit card information, or other login information. Social engineers are also well versed in using sources such as social engineering media sites like Facebook in order to glean information about their topic. As stated by security professional Kevin Mitnick, even garbage can provide detailed information to a hacker, such as names, telephone numbers, or a company's internal jargon. Social engineers can then take this information they have learned about their target to disarm their intended victim. This often can be as simple as posing as a new, frustrated employee on his first day on the job, or a repairman that appears to need to know just a little too much information to do his job. Social engineering tools are very common and do not need to be extremely technical to work against the common person. Instead, they simply need to go and be effective at disarming a human, allaying them into a false sense of security. Now that we understand the key methods used by social engineers, we can learn how to best defend against them. Finally, in defending against social engineering, it is important to 1. Exhibit a strong sense of not only suspicion, but also of caution. If a stranger would approach you asking for your bank account information, the first thing you should stop and wonder is, why is this person asking me for such detailed information? Even if it appears to be something from your bank, you should still stop and ask why your bank would be sending you and asking you for such private and extremely important login credentials. In addition, it is also important to never be afraid to simply say no to a stranger who's asking for information that you are not comfortable revealing or unsure as to whether or not you should divulge. Above all else, education is the strongest deterrent to social engineering attack. By educating yourself on the definitions, attacks, and ways of defending yourself against social engineering, you can adequately defend your own personal information. Today, I've discussed 3 key areas of social engineering. What is social engineering, methods used by social engineers, and ways of defending against social engineering attacks. Upon leaving this presentation, you will be able to have a new look at a common danger and be able to apply what you have learned if you choose to in the future. The importance of social engineering was best highlighted by social engineering expert and computer professional Bruce Schneier in his statement, "Amateurs hack computers, professionals hack people."